Welcome to my YouTube channel, or welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new, hi, my name is Lisa, and I love everything colorful makeup. I love makeup in general, period, especially indie brands. And today in this video, I want to show you guys my inspiration of how I created this look. Now, I did create a look over here, got so frustrated and took it all off. So half of my makeup is missing. And my makeup has been on for a hot minute since this morning. And it is now like, I think 6 Eastern Standard Time at night. So it was kind of funny because when I posted last week, my last video with the DEVINAH, right? One of her subscribers, which I think she did subscribe to my channel, and I can't remember her screen name. I'm sorry, doll. I apologize. She had left a comment and she's like, man, if you use a black base, those shimmers will punch you in the face. They are so beautiful. And it was so funny because that morning, before I even read that comment, I took out my GLAMLITE base that I got in the Kiss collection. So the black base, this right here, right? And I was already thinking of because with Serpent's Kiss, and plus, oh my gosh, I can't imagine what Polaris looks like with a black base as well. And Wicked Petals, like here is Serpent's Kiss, and it is what I have right here. And I did put the black base on my lid. And here is Wicked Petals, and then this is Ashen Halo. Now again, I was like, whew. Looking at this actually with a black base, you can, on the lid, you can see the shift even better than in my previous videos. I just thought it was so funny that I was thinking of doing that morning before I even read that comment. So that's just friggin' awesome. And so I'm going to let you guys, I'm going to kind of talk you through on how I created this, but I used 2 other indie brands, BELLABEAUTEBAR and Cosmic Beauty, for the mattes. So for Cosmic Beauty, I used the Cool Trolls and 2 of the BELLABEAUTEBAR matte palettes, Poison Garden, which ranked, I think, was my #1 palette in my ranking of 2024, if I remember correctly. I used this palette when it first launched, when I got it in, I want to say for a good 2 weeks in a row. I could not put it down. It was just so good. It is that good. And this is new to my collection, but an older palette, and this is the Spring Garden by BELLABEAUTEBAR. So I took these 2 palettes and this palette and the mattes, and then, of course, the DEVINAH Cosmetics Serpent's Kiss, this shifty bitch right here. And then, of course, here is Wicked Petals. And then this one is Ashen Halo. And then, so this is out of one collection, and this is the other collection, the Decadent Desires collection. And this one is Crimson and Mocha. And I'm just so I can tell you guys the names of these. Yeah, this one is Crimson and Mocha, and she's just beautiful. And I have swatched these for you guys before. If you want to check out my previous video, I would just appreciate that. This one is Velvet Sun, and so these are just your standard shimmers that are just so smooth, buttery, and they're just so sparkly on the lid and swatched. They're just friggin' gorgeous. I can't, recommend DEVINAH more. Her shadows are just gorgeous. And then this here is Blood and Cocoa. And this one was sent to me by Deandra, so thank you so much, sweetheart. I've worn this one a couple of times, and I've gotten compliments. But when I wear Crimson and Mocha, And I don't know if it's just my skin tone or what, but I had created just a simple everyday kind of look, and this is pretty glam and bold and wow. And I wore this, and I tell you, there was like five people, five ladies that were like, what do you have on your lids? Because it stood out that much. And this one is the Crimson and Mocha. So just absolutely gorge. And then, yeah, Velvet Sin, just beautiful. And then of course the pan puller that she just came out with. It's got like the iridescent color, and it's just made life a lot easier without having to, you know, get your fingers stuck and poked into your shadows, and so much easier to pull them out of the pans. Pull the pans out of the palette, I should say. So yeah, gorgeous collections that she just launched not too long ago. So I'm gonna tell you how I created this crazy ass, really bold, glam, full out look. I'm hoping I just put a quarter lash on, and because I've been really thoroughly enjoying like a crazy big lash, but the last ones that I was wearing, they were just so long and curly, and you can, if I was like looking up or something, it just curled all the way up to my big puffy hood here, which I don't really care. But you know, when you're doing, you know, making content and stuff like that, and you're trying to just, you know, do one of these numbers and whatever, and a big lash like that with my hooded eyes just kind of hides the look. So, but with the Cool Trolls, okay, I took this shade here, which is called Eclipse, and it is jet black. I love Cosmic Beauty's formula. Their mattes are pigmented, but not so pigmented that you can't blend them, and everything plays nice together. It's beginner friendly, mattes, smooth, buttery, and if you know, you know, with Cosmic Beauty, the shimmers and the duochromes that they give you in here, and they sometimes throw in a multi-chrome in here in their palettes, and the price point is just crazy good. Can't beat it. So this is jet black. It's called Eclipse, and it has blue sparkle in it. So I started off with that. And a lot of people are like, you know what? I don't know why brands do that, because when you blend it, it just gets blended away. Well, you know, when you're blending, you got to go back and forth with your brushes and your colors, because you're going to lose that intensity, right? And so you go back and forth and back and forth. Well, on your last pass and before that, like last blend, and if you pack it on, especially if you put it on a black base, you definitely can, you know, see that sparkle, especially if you're just going to use it as a wing, or just to do a liner or underneath. If you pack it on, you're going to see it. So I don't know, that's just me. I have some other brands that do this. They do just, you know, blend right away and you don't see it. And a lot of times that will happen, but there are ways for you to be able to see the whatever sparkle is in that sparkle shade, right? Shimmer shade. So I used that, excuse me, and these three like blue grays. And this one is Cool Troll, which is just a straight up like a blue gray. This one is Hidden, which is just like a mid-tone blue. And this one is kind of like a blurple, if you will. And it's called Attract, but it's very, very light. So these pull, of course, I have a neutral cool undertone, but I also have a slightly olive as well. So even cool tones sometimes pull weird on me, but I love cool tones, and I love this palette. Excuse me. Dry throat, been with me a minute, you know. So I ended up taking Cool Troll after I used this black, and then did the whole wing thing, did the lash as well, but I stopped here with the black and went into my, pretty much like my socket, and then did in my crease and created my own fake crease, and then kind of, you know, to give that depth, and then blended that a little bit by patting with the brush so that it would blend out the black a little bit and kind of make it a little gray. And then that's when I took this Cool Troll and then patted that on. And once I was happy with the intensity of that blue there, I took this blue, which is called Hidden, and then blended a little bit. Actually, no, excuse me. I took both of these and like mixed them and then did that. So was kind of going back and forth till I was happy with that. Now with the Bella Beauty Bar palettes, this real beautiful electric blue is I stamped in towards the outer and then just very thin and went back over like with that, with Hidden, and went back and forth with the electric blue. I wish I could have gotten it a little more intense of blue, at least out here, but that's okay. And I did use this sparkle blue, which is called Deadly Nightshade. It's jet black and it has this electric blue sparkles in this, which I had just kind of stamped it over this black one here, just for shits and giggles, why not? And that did kind of like go away once I started to blend underneath. Went into the Spring Garden palette and took, basically I used these two greens in this palette for up here. And you can see this is, I don't know if you can tell, but I use this color an awful lot when I'm doing green looks. I find for my skin, for whatever reason, that specific neon kind of pastel-y green helps me to blend out. It depends on the color green, right? Especially when I'm using this palette and just doing a green look. I have created some beautiful green looks from this palette. Love Bella Beauty Bar's formulas. Their shimmers, their multi-chromes, duos, specialty shades are just absolutely stunning. And if you know, you know. So I took this, first this one, and kind of blended up here and here, finished that off. And then on the outside, and the names of this one, they're in cursive, so I'm not even gonna try without my glasses. Yeah, but these two is what I used out of this palette. And for a shimmer out of this palette, I used this one here, which I think is Oasis. And it's just a gorgeous, just a regular shimmer, but it's got a little bit of shift to it. I'm just gonna swatch it just because it's really gorgeous. So this is what I used on my inner corner, and all along the brow bone here. I wanted this to be highlighted because this was so dark. And you can see this kind of got a clear base to it, and then, you know what I mean? Like a clear green. It's really, really, really pretty. And let's see, what else did I take? Okay, so the electric blue in Poison Garden, I also had just taken the black, stopped here, the electric blue right here, and then that green, not the neon green, but the darker one, and then the neon green kind of over that in the corner, and then put Oasis. Just a little bit, because if you've been with me for a minute, you know I really don't put sparkle like in shimmer in the inner corner. But as of late, seriously, for the last, I want to say a month and a half, the looks that I've done, I've put my matte and then put a shimmer there. these big glam looks, they just call for it, I guess. They just call for it. And, you know, so by pulling out, it doesn't have to be from the same brand. And that's the beauty of having magnetic palettes, playing with indie brands, because I'd say 98% of indie brands are magnetized. They're, you know, they're pans. You can switch them out however you want to. Cosmic Beauty, as of yet, these guys are not magnetized, but maybe in the future they just might. Who knows? But you know what? The price point, you can't beat it. So for them to just keep it the way it is amazing. And even international shipping is not that bad at all. So yeah, that's how I created this big glam, super dark look. Took the Kiss black base just here, and then took Serpent's Kiss from Divina. And as you can see, it looks gorgeous with a black base, and so does Wicked Petals. I mean, all three of them do, but these two out of so far that I have out of the either collection is just really, really gorgeous. These guys are $17 US a piece, the Shifty Shades, and then the Decadent Desires are $8 a piece. So really, really affordable, to be honest, for an indie brand, for these shifty bitches, because they are just gorgeous. They truly are. So again, took the Kiss black base here, and hopefully you can see, and I'll just, you know, to grab the mirror here, but I'm pretty sure to see that shift without it. It's just so, so pretty, especially like with the black base. So I wanted to come on here real quick and share this look with you guys. And I am going to be filming for April Music Inside the Makeup. And we're going to cover Tesla, but I'm not going to tell you what song, and I'm not going to tell you what palette. You'll just have to come back for that this Saturday. So I'm going to be pre-filming that tomorrow. And I'm thinking I might even do palette bingo tomorrow as well. So yeah, again, if you're new, I hope you subscribe. Please do like and comment, say hi. I'd love to hear from you. Let me know what you think about this look. It's just big, bold, and glam, and I love it, in my opinion. So I just posted a short, so hopefully you go and check that out. Please do share this video because it truly does help out my channel. And I do have a code with two of these brands, which BELLABEAUTEBAR and DEVINAH Cosmetics, all capital letters, FFMLISA. And with BELLABEAUTEBAR, it will save you 10% off of everything except for collaborations on the website. Yeah, and I'm so grateful to have that as well. And it helps you and it helps me. And as I always say, if you don't want to use my code, that's fine too. Just use another creator's code. It saves you some money, but at the same time, it helps out the creator too. So it's kind of a win-win. You know what I mean? And with Divina Cosmetics, if you use FFMLISA, it will save you 15%. So that's amazing. And I will link all three of the brands and my code for you in the description box per usual. I hope you guys have been amazing. Sorry it's been a week since I posted. So, and I hope you turn your notification bell on so you don't miss any of my uploads, because usually I post a minimum of 3 times a week. You know, sometimes there might be about a week that goes by. You know, life happens, man. Life happens. So with that, I hope to see you back again. And with that, till next time.